got the visiting team, the Storm. Starting lineup for the Storm is number 0, Josiah Jones. Number 2, Pharrell Dominic. Number 3, Jared Johnson. Number 5, Brandon B. Armstrong. Number 30, Eugene Royal. Storm is coached by O'Neal Brown and Simon Brown. And your defending champions in the championship game for the second time, the Horizons. Starting lineup, number 5, Rasheed Taylor.
The Leeds One Caribbean Basketball League, the winter season, with the final game on hand in 2023. Sean Grant alongside Gordon Campbell. Welcome back to the National Arena on the grounds of Independence Park Limited. We're in Kingston, Jamaica for the grand final between the defending champions Horizon up against the Storm. Are you ready, my good friend Gordon Campbell?
Well, I'm more than ready, and the stadium fans, the arena fans are more than ready as well, because you can hear the pot covers already, and we can see each team has their set of fans ready to go to make some noise inside the building. This is a repeat of the summer finals where the Horizon team edged out the Storm 82-71. Now we are back in the winter season finals, and the Storm are again making a bid to take over the championship trophy.
However, they have played each other twice so far this season. And we see Philip with the pot covers. You know that he had to finish in terms of the Sunday dinner to carry the pot covers to the arena.
Yes,
but,
he did, and she brought her horn.
Yeah, we heard her on Friday. But the thing is, as you pointed out, Horizon, the defending champion, the #1 seed with a 5-1 record, enter this game with a psychological advantage, having 2 wins over the Storm so far in this event. Now, I say so far because they can win this final, and it will be 3 wins.
Yes,
however,
it would be.
The Storm can mount a challenge, and as they did against the Waves, they can surprise this Horizon team as they did the Waves.
Well, they're looking to get some blowing winds out of Roshane O'Brien, Akeem Nelson, Daniel Martillier, Dejan Royal, Alric Morris, Trayvon Jefferson Bay, Josiah Jones, Jaron Johnson, and of course their key point man, Brandon B. Armstrong, with their big men, Daryl Dominic and Devin Okuga and Dante Millis.
Well, Dominic gets the start as a big man going up against White, and Dominic wins the tip-off for the Storm. You call his name B. Armstrong.
He is the point man and the man that handles the ball for them most of the time down the lane.
Oh, fighting Jones, then to Dominic, and brilliant from Dominic.
So far, looks good on that rotation. Very unselfish play, nice passing on the inside, and patient. So this is what we're looking for, a team that's working together in unison with lots of cohesion, as we see Bobby Gray sneaking back door to make that easy 2 off the glass.
Well, that was a give and go between himself and Bobby Gray. Armstrong for 3. Rebounded by Maynard, who gets the start. Gray, the MVP of the Summer League, finding moving Lawrence, who gets the bounce.
And noticeably absent, as you see Lawrence making that bucket, is Nikolai Brown. He is still on the injured list, coming from that injury he received 2 games ago.
Well, Dominic once again lays it off. This to Royal, back to Dominic. Oh, high off the glass, can't finish. The rebound by White.
And that shows you the level of intensity, because you had two Horizon players battling for their own rebound just now, and they spoke to each other and cleared it up.
So moving screen. This from White. It goes the other way, a turnover from Horizon.
And
White called for the foul.
For the blocking foul. There's a look at the number 0 for the Storm. Josiah Jones came up big for them in the last 2 games. Quiet little point guard who does his job efficiently with precision.
So, Dominique backing in Lawrence, finding Royal. Getting a start, though, a rare start we see from Royal. Maybe his first start of the season.
You would certainly have to say he earned it because he has been consistent throughout the season. He's done his duty on both offense and defense. Not necessarily the greatest shooter, but certainly quite efficient in doing what he needs to do.
A foul committed. Johnson thought of a 3, and then instead went for the 2.
Sometimes you just got to step back to make it a 2 instead of a 3.
Thank you very much for pointing that out. My esteemed colleague, Maynard, goes around one, finding the move in Lawrence, but a block. But Horizon, they've got it back. Maynard between 2 defenders, and a floater couldn't get it to fall. Jones goes forward.
Maynard needs to be careful, and I was about to say that, and that's exactly what happened. You could see the reach in from before. He did it once before and got away with it, did it again and got called for the foul.
So, will be Rivers ball, or Storm ball, pardon me. Rivers in that third place playoff, losing that third place playoff, ending the winter season without a win. Jones puts the ball on the floor, bounce pass inside to Dominique, turning is Dominique, and they're trying to get the better of Lawrence, but Lawrence positioned well. Maynard comes away with it. Inside, they take it away from White. Dominique, a bullet pass to Johnson, finding Royal. Laid it in. I thought we were going to see a two-handed jam from Royal.
No, that's it. Finish with a nice 2. Finish with 2. You just need 2 points.
Being very aggressive is Johnson, trying to pick the pocket of Woods.
Little too much there from Johnson, but you see the intensity. You see everybody is engaged, focused, and going for it throughout this game.
So Woods caught. Almost gave it away though. Bounce pass inside to White. Lays it outside to Maynard for 3. And the ball put outside. Should be Storm's ball. Royal. Oh, steal from the man you call
gives
an
it right
old
back.
man, but they're giving it right back to Dominique on his second attempt. He can't convert. Royal is there and does not get the roll.
And you ask the question, how is it?
How is what?
You asked the question, how is it Royal is getting his first start tonight?
Yeah, the final
for reasons
game.
like that. For
battles.
absolutely for reasons like that. He's a hard worker. He never quits.
Well, you shoot 2 from the line. Nothing but the net for the first. He has come to the party here in the final. The Elite One Caribbean Basketball League winter season. Makes them both. Woods carries the ball up court. Dishes to Maynard. He's from Barbados, Sutherland. Been brought in. Turning is Sutherland, called for traveling. He was turning with the ball in his hand and putting the ball on the floor.
Sutherland. A little bit out of it right there.
Well, it seems to me like he was learning to dance. And then we go to a dance class and spin you around.
And what would that move be called?
A spin. As simple as it sounds.
Just a spin.
Just a spin, but he spun twice.
Okay. But he was surrounded by a sea of the Storm, so he had literally nowhere to go, and the Storm give it away just now.
A steal by Woods, then a fake, then he laid it in. B-Dot was fooled by Woods. Armstrong comes inside, dishes outside to Jones. Johnson for 3. Rebounded inside. Royal puts it outside for Jones for 3. Another rebound, this time for the Horizon.
Actually, clamoring for that rebound was B-Dot. He went really high for that one, came down on the floor, unfortunately couldn't hold on to it. Now we have Horizon.
The screen by Sutherland. Referee Richard says that screen was a moving screen and it goes the other way.
Players need to communicate.
So Woods has been very vocal. We see O'Neill Brown, the coach of the Storm, the left side of your screen.
And it's a timeout. We're going to go to the coach's corner. Here we are over at the Horizons bench with Coach Cleon Morgan.
Comes off the screen, they kick it to this man baseline. We have to recognize these two players. So the player who is down here, so one man alone have 2 players over here. We're not marking over this side. That is the problem. Weak side, 2 weak side players are there. So we need to contain these 2 players on this side. All right, Owen, let's go.
And there you have it, Coach Cleon Morgan giving his instructions to his players about the defense that they're playing. They're not doing badly on offense, they're just not completing. But on defense, he wants them to step it up and turn it up a notch, protect the weak side, and not leave one person to mark 2, and that leaves them exposed for those easy layups from the Storm.
On your screen, and you said that you couldn't coach, but at least you can listen.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah. That's the only thing you're going to get to appreciate this evening. Johnson for
Except for those push-ups.
Armstrong. We're going to have that bet a little later on. B-Dot for 3. Cougar now in the game. Dishes it to Dominique.
Oh, he could have given it to Royal.
Then to Cougar for 3. Off the hands of Maynard. And it will be Storm's ball.
And that's what Coach Morgan is talking about, because you had Royal crashing in. He was right in the middle of the 3 Horizon players, which allowed him to make that difficult for the rebound.
Put up jumper.
There's no blocking out and putting the body on the player and keeping them off the rim.
Bobby Gray. Woods. Using his right hand to White, gives it away to push off. Johnson turns beautifully for the Storm. Put up jumper from Johnson. And Akuga was going for the rebound, but Johnson gets it back and laying it off the glass. So that was Johnson scoring. JJ with 4 points. Storm reaching double figures in the first quarter. 10 onto their belts. Bobby Gray. Double teamed. White. A jumper from White.
Oh!
Did he call that off the glass?
He didn't even call the shot. He didn't call the turnaround. He didn't call glass.
A turnover from Akuga. Was looking for Johnson. And threw it away. And it's Horizon's ball. They are the defending champions, and they are the #1 seed.
Yes, they are, and they're playing like it too, because this game is going to be so evenly matched down the line. It's hard to even predict where we're going to be, even by halftime.
We are going somewhere?
Yeah.
Bobby Gray to Woods, puts the ball on the floor at the baseline. Easy jumper from Woods. But Royal is on the attack, almost taken away by Bobby Gray. But it will be Storm's ball.
And those are some of the other little things that Royal gives you. He's always moving, very active, sprinted out just now, right as the shot was made, and ended up getting the pass.
A timeout being taken, though. Sometimes we go for the coach's corner, sometimes we don't, but you're a substance of the game.
Well, as I said so far, the defending champions are actually doing what they need to do, keeping it together, and listening to what Coach Morgan had said to them earlier. They've actually started to react and will start doing that a little more as we expected. As for the Storm, they're putting it together really nicely. I like how they're playing on defense and how they're covering, and that 2-3, that 2-2-1 zone that they're playing is really working and causing a little bit of trouble for the Horizon team. However, the Horizon have too much of an arsenal for you to count them out, even if you're playing great defense.
Well, Cleon Morgan giving instructions to his players. Bobby Gray, the leader of the pack of the Horizon, back on the court. Hall now in the Barbados duo. Hall and Maynard are on the court for Horizon, 30-5. Lawrence there, Woods there, and Bobby Gray. That makes up the 5 for Horizon. Akuga with inbound for the Storm. Almost a steal by Maynard. Armstrong using his experience. You said he was a chef.
He is a chef.
Armstrong, going for the alley-oop. That was a bit too high, but Dominique was there to do the garbage collection.
Served it a little too high there, but he's lucky he's got someone in the back room of the kitchen to clean it up.
Bobby Gray for 3. Sweet and dandy from Bobby Gray.
The Storm don't want to see Bobby Gray getting off too early.
Dominique goes by Lawrence. Oh, it's a block. That is a block. Welcome to the Lawrence block party. Maynard attacking the rim high off the glass, and the ball goes outside. Will be Horizon's ball.
That block from Lawrence got Nikolai Brown off the bench, even though he's not going to play tonight. It got him off the bench because it was so exciting to see that there is almost no effort lost now that Brown is out of the lineup because of injury.
Maynard inbounding at Woods. Jump again from Woods. Nothing but the net from Woods.
Second time from the same spot. He is getting hot.
Dominic showing that he has some ball handling abilities. Dishes out. Oh, the steal by Woods. Read him well. Woods dashing, looking for Maynard. Deflected outside. Will be Horizon's ball.
Ball handling may be okay, but passing didn't work. There you see Nikolai Brown. He's definitely out. Would love to have been in here to contribute, but he's going to have to stay on the bench and cheer his team on.
Nikolai Brown, the MVP of the local players last year in the Summer League. Horizon missing the big man. Bobby Gray swinging outside for Maynard for 3. Short by Maynard. Bobby Gray getting the rebound over Cougar. Woods at the top of the key. A pull-up jumper, and that was an air ball if you ever saw one.
Yeah, I've seen air balls, but that certainly was counted as one of those.
Well, my good friend says a math brain from primary school. And if you're just joining us for the first time on Rush, all across the globe on YouTube.
It's the defending champions Horizon versus the Storm.
I'm glad you picked it up as a Cougar. No, for the Storm.
Oh!
And a block. Brilliant.
This time by White.
This by White. Hall. Dishes off to Woods. Puts the ball on the floor, being double teamed. And a Cougar will be called for the foul, using his left arm, trying to set him off balance.
Now I want to make special mention of a very cool player who came over and said something to me about 2 games ago. He said, look, I'm not wearing purple. He's wearing blue socks tonight, is O'Brien. He went for the blue.
Bobby Gray. Wonder why he said that, though.
Because we spoke about his pink socks or purple socks or whatever color they were.
Woods cut inside, affected. But it should be Horizon's ball, though. That was affected of a Storm player. Woods for 3. In and out. Rebound gathered by Johnson. JJ, they call him. Jefferson Bay now on the court in number 24 for the Storm. Johnson thought about a double team. The pick was set. Armstrong for 3. The foul by Bobby Gray. Armstrong will shoot 3 from the line.
B-Dot about to serve up from the free throw line. And there you see O'Brien wearing the number 10. He's got the blue socks on today.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, though, yes, because he has been wearing this. What kind of color is that? Pink, purple?
It was either lilac.
Lilac. Yes, you said it. Lilac. I don't know if he's correct, though, to be honest. But it was more of a pink, as Armstrong misses the first.
Well, I saw pink at first.
Yeah, but you wanted to make it seem a little bit better by mentioning
making
lilac.
it lilac.
So his foot was on the line. So into the three-point he was trying for. Why everybody not realizing what's happening?
Everybody just anxious. It's just the heat of the moment. They all just want to get going.
He got fouled shooting a three-pointer.
Doesn't matter. We still
made
just want
the
to go get
second.
the ball. Wherever the ball is, they just want to go get it.
Armstrong makes a third. So 2 out of 3 from Armstrong. Hall. He's from Barbados. Double team for Hall. Dishes inside. For White. Dishes now to Maynard, who's fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Now that's textbook how to break down a man-to-man defense. Called for the pick. The double team came. The other player rolled. As he rolled, he got back the ball. Defense came to him. That left somebody free under the basket. That's what resulted in this shot right here.
Well, Maynard missing the first. He said that he'll do anything on the court to win.
Well, that's the kind of dedication you want from all your team.
Do you have the accent for like Barbados? Makes the second. The Bajan accent, they call it.
I probably could if
First
I tried.
time in Barbados are watching now, so you have to be
Also,
careful.
we should give them the Bajan accent.
I didn't say that though, but if you're doing it, you have to do it correctly.
But if we give them the Bajan accent, man, they might not think that we talking like them.
Is that Bajan though? I don't know. Maybe, just maybe. But we'll have to come back to that as Armstrong being double teamed as a shovel pass to Johnson. Back to Armstrong, top of the key. Woods in the defense. Still, dishes now to Jefferson Bay. Cuts to the rim and can't finish. A bit strong with that though. Jefferson Bay's foot was on the line. Seen by referee Christopher Richards.
Jefferson Bay, foot on the line.
Bobby Gray goes up court. Jefferson Bay, the pick from White. Oh, a steal from Armstrong, finding Jefferson Bay to lay it in. So Armstrong read Bobby Gray.
Yes, he did, because they just did that before, and that's what they did. They waited until the double team came, then the lob would come over or the pass would come over. So the defense now reacting to what offense Horizon has put down.
Turn around from Woods, rebounded by Maynard. Thought of a three, the thought has come to a reality, and he has made it.
Is that one of the things he needs to do to win? He said he would do anything to win.
Yes.
Is that one of the things he needs to do to win?
Yeah, needs a score.
Absolutely.
So trying to turn, and a turnover. Bobby Gray laid up and in. Morris coming in, a 6-footer, same height as Black. Both play the point guard position. Akuga. Armstrong. White comes out. Bounce pass Akuga. Back to Jefferson Bay. Then to Morris for 3. That was a wild effort, a shot clock violation. And it will be Horizon's ball. Another turnover from the Storm.
Not what they would have wanted to see as the final shot in that rotation, but certainly they are moving and certainly they are trying to get the offense going. So that's okay. We just walk that off, brush that off, and get reset for the next one. You're really only down by 5, and you're playing right in this game.
Well, Hall brings it up for Horizon. Not disagreeing with you at all. My good friend CC. All running some time off the clock. On the minute to play. And a foul. This on O'Brien. Does it get a continuation?
Let's see.
You go to the line.
Oh!
So now coming in, McFarlane.
There you see Bobby Gray. A lot on his shoulders and a lot on his mind tonight.
Yeah.
About trying to do everything just right.
All taking a sweet time. Chance for a three-point play. In and out. Rebounded by Dominique. Morris. A steal by Bobby Gray. Oh, easy does it, Gray. He had Morris in the air, fanning, waving, doing everything like he was at the Norman Malley International Airport trying to signal the plane.
And the pot covers are out.
Jones to Dominique. Trying to back it in. Jones with a fake. And the 2 points. A chance for a three-point play.
That's right.
That was brilliant from Dominique.
That's right. Hold that hand up for your standing ovation, Sir Dominique. That was a good play, a big man play right there. Made the turn, made the split, spin it back, put it up off the glass, got the foul.
When he released the two defenders, he was between. Good move from this man. Rebound, Hall.
Oh!
I throw it away.
Little too anxious,
No,
Mr. Hall. Should have
Armstrong
looked.
for three in the hands of Dominique. Good finish, but they're taking it away. 6 seconds on the clock to end the first quarter. Bobby Gray for three. It's short.
He was fouled in the act of shooting a three-point shot at the buzzer.
Are you kidding me? He'll shoot three. Bobby Gray, the MVP international last year. The MVP of the league, you may say. Although they classed the international MVP. There are two MVPs in the summer league.
So they had
Nikolai Brown as a
And-
local MVP. Bobby Gray as
the
the international
international.
MVP.
Okay.
But for me, though, I would have given it, if there was one for MVP, would have gone to Bobby Gray.
Well, he did just about everything in the summer league, and he's back again. Bobby Gray of old.
If you look at the pinky finger on the left hand, had an accident in training, has affected him for the last 5 games. Wore a bandage one game and had to take it off as he makes all three to close out the first quarter. Your thoughts on what you just witnessed?
Amazing first quarter action there. As we see, that's Philip, right?
And
We see Coach O'Neal Brown talking to his team, the Storm. Let's take a listen.
You come all the way down here, so you know what? When the man him dribble the ball, him a dribble to the trap, so only one player can pass the ball. All right? Because I right here, so the trap there, right here, so.
Make a pass, man.
All right?
Make a
Come on,
pass,
guys.
make a pass.
And when you beat the trap, we don't need for rush. All right? Because they might go man. All right? You might have a one extra last trap in the corner before them done. All right? Come now, guys. Come now, we're right now the ball game.
Let's go, Storm on three. 1, 2, 3, go.
And you have the final words from Coach O'Neal Brown. We are right in the ball game.
all right.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about the all right.
Well, he used that word at least
Gotta
about
have
10
the
times.
all right.
Yeah. So once you're mentioning about Coach O'Neal Brown, you have to put in all right.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's making the point. He's a young coach who has been in the game for a little while now, but he's a very interesting coach, a knowledgeable coach. He loves the game, and they said though he was in the category for the coach of the season.
Well, he would be right there because he has done so well in gelling his team and getting them to flow like a team that has been playing together for quite some time. So I'd certainly give him a nod towards that direction, yes.
The crystal ball working for the coach because he did predict for his team to be in the final. He said, don't watch what you're seeing in the preliminaries. They lost 2 matches to the 2 teams.
Well, that didn't make a difference because here they are right now. If anything, it might have given them more impetus to be right here.
Well, a 10-point lead for the Storm, for the horizon of the Storm. Second quarter about to get on the way. Bobby Gray will start off the proceedings. Maynard for Horizon. Thompson being brought in, the three-point specialist. Maynard, put up jumper from Maynard, and nothing but the net from Maynard.
And that's what you want to see from the Horizon team. Balanced, even scoring right around.
Going for the steal was Bobby Gray, as you're saying. That's what you want to see.
Yes, they...
Johnson for three. Tipped away in the hands of Maynard.
Horizon can hurt you with points on the board from almost any player on the court.
Bobby Gray.
All are effective.
Armrest. The big set by White. Thompson, the three-point specialist. He can fire from anywhere. The big set. And the ball off the foot of Jones will be Horizon's ball.
And this speaks to the intensity of that defense. Coach Brown has it turned up all the way to the top. It's probably getting hot for the Horizons now.
So the addition of Dominique and Royal in the starting role, that has upped the team defense for the Storm. 14 seconds on the clock. McFarlane. Thompson. Jones in defense. Thompson fade away. And Dominique with the rebound. Dominique charging. And is the left hand.
They call the continuation on that.
They call the continuation. It's a bit surprising. So the foul called. And Dominique will shoot one.
That happened from way out here.
Well, the crowd not liking the call, though. White called for the foul.
I'm not liking it.
Are you a referee?
I'm not a referee, but I'm not liking it either.
Well, a three-point play from Dominique. 7 points on the board and 2 boards.
Well, if you're the Storm, you're loving it. Horizon fans not liking it one bit.
Bobby Gray drives towards it, dishes out to McFarlane for 2.
But this is what I'm talking about. Balanced scoring from the Horizon. Anybody can make it happen. The drive and kick out from Bobby Gray. Easy 2 buckets.
Cougar, Dominique, pardon me. That's an offensive foul from Dominique. Flopping is White.
Despite the acting job from White, that was a foul.
I didn't say it was not, though, but that was that's exaggerated move from White.
You got to play it. You got to play it off.
I didn't say he did anything wrong. Bobby Gray goes up court for the Horizons, the number 1 seed against the number 3 seed. This is a Thompson. Double team coming for Thompson. Maynard puts the ball on the floor. Going around Jones. And a foul will be on Johnson. Maynard will shoot 2.
So they're not giving Thompson an opportunity to get that open look that he would like. The defense is right up on him. So it's going to be a little difficult for Thompson to get going. But you know, that means not much because he will find a way. And the way the team is playing together as a unit, they will find a way to get him open.
Maybe they will, maybe they won't. A lot of adjustments being made. Referee Richards. All smiles for referee Richards. As Maynard makes the first.
Cougar may be giving him some jokes, I don't know.
Where do you go to get your hair plaited like that?
Like
your dresser?
Like Maynard?
Or the barber?
Like Maynard?
No, like referee
Like
Richards.
referee Richards? I'm going to have to pick hairdresser. I don't know many barbers who could do that.
Oh, I don't know, but Johnson comes away with it. For the Storm. Cuts inside and over the hands of Dominique, who falls over. White not the greatest ball handler. Passed on to
Wisely
McFarlane.
gives it up.
Back to White, and he threw it away. It was poked away, and he said it was poked away from his grasp. But referee Richards says no, goes the other way. The turnover from the horizon. Johnson asking Dominic to set the pick. But Cougar is there, slips away. Cougar thought of the three, goes inside.
Very nice
A dish to Dominic under the rim. He forces bullies himself in and gets the rebound to Leighton.
Way to keep at it, big man. Nice strength and dedication shown there by Dominic on the inside.
And I'm thanking, as you see Maynard laying it off to White with the left hand. He dishes in off the glass.
That shows you the effort of work ethic. He considers himself a workaholic because he's usually training a workaholic. He trains by himself even if the rest of the team isn't there.
Thought he said a workaholic. Johnson poked away by Maynard. A cool guy's there. Comes into the lane. Swings to Dominic again. The reverse layup doesn't work. But Johnson, the garbage man, picks up the play and laid it in.
The swarming crashing on the boards by the Storm is helping to keep them in it. They just need to put some stops together.
Was Johnson with the two a short while ago. As McFarlane getting the soft touch and the bounce. Looking for Dominic all alone.
Oh, they let him get away. Horizon must be beating themselves up about that one.
All you heard White. He's very vocal. 10-point lead. Bobby Gray. The pick set by White. Dish to Thompson for three. Oh, it's an air ball. You don't normally see that from Thompson.
That's a rare one.
Maybe he's nervous. He's playing the final.
I don't know. That's a rare sighting for him.
But he has been outstanding from the arc. That's Thompson. TT, you may call him.
Timeout on the floor.
Tell him to relax. Bobby Gray, you know that he'll play the entire game, Bobby Gray.
Yes, he will. He may get a breather somewhere in the second quarter, but that won't be for long.
Well, I think what the coach did in the semifinals when they had it all wrapped up against the Rivers, he benched some of his players because he knew he wants more out of them in the final.
That's correct. So as a coach, you got to know when to pull the plug, when to plug it in, when to make it excited, and when to tone it down a bit. Right now, Coach Morgan is really trying to keep his team focused on where they need to get to, which is the final whistle in front by whatever points they can put up on the board.
7:48 left in the second quarter. First half, Horizon with a 10-point lead over the Storm. Armstrong telling his players to relax. The big set by Dominique. At the baseline with the left hand.
Oh, yes, Mr. Armstrong.
That was sweet with some football, soccer feature after he laid it in with the left hand.
That had a touch of finesse on it.
A touch. Heavy hitting finesse. Bobby Gray swings it to Maynard, puts it on the floor, and fade away, who was fouled. I think he may go against Johnson, but I know that Maynard will shoot too.
Was Maynard acting a little bit there?
I think he was trying to get his balance, so his hands was all over the place.
Johnson barely made contact.
I'm not saying he did or did not. He made a little bit of contact, but because he was moving, it threw him off. May misses the first. And many may say he needs to calm down somewhat.
I don't think there was anything too bad with that move or his decision there.
Well, he misses both. It's Storm's ball. London Parker If you're just joining us now, Barker from the Storm losing another match, the third place playoff
That would be the Rivers.
against the Rivers, pardon me. The third place playoff to the Waves.
So winless in this winter season tournament are the Rivers.
Dominique be very active. Swings it out to Morris for 3. And sweet and dandy from Morris.
They needed it like oxygen.
Thompson being harassed somewhat. And a foul by Jefferson Bay. Then they take it to the side.
Strong defense from Jefferson Bay. Kept his man right out in front of him. Probably just had the hand check just a little bit too obvious for referee Bolaños. I beg your pardon, Chris Richards.
That's okay. Thompson on to the quick release. Woods puts the ball on the floor with the left hand. And the ball coming off the left hand, and Armstrong, they've given the ball right back to Horizon.
Coach Brown is going to talk about that because everybody was left standing right there.
A 5-point lead. Horizon over the Storm. They're pegging their way back in contention. Maynard thought of a 3. Puts the ball on the floor between the two players and should be Horizon's ball, so says referee Bolaños.
Dominique and Akuga saying, nope, nothing is going up on my hoop.
Shot clock down to 3. Bobby Gray. And the foul. It's a chance for a 3-point play. With a shot clock down to 1 second, he will shoot from the line 1 to add it to his tally.
If there was anything that looked like a ballerina move, that was it. He was on tippy toes.
You have been to the ballerina class. You're going to tell them that you were observing.
What nice finish from Bobby Gray.
Well, he makes a free throw in this final. Morris. Dominique puts the ball on the floor.
Dominique wants to take Lawrence by himself.
1-on-1. Almost lost the handle. Morris for 3. Oh, that's an air ball. And it goes outside. Horizon's ball. As an 8-point lead, Horizon over the Storm. I thought O'Neal Brown would have called the timeout.
No, he made a substitution. He had to get Johnson back in there. So he replaced Jefferson Bay.
Bobby Gray for Lawrence. Lawrence got inside, was going for the screen. Akuga lost the handle. Johnson, nothing but the net.
Just came in, and just like that, 2 more points.
So Johnson with 2 more points, moved to 8. Thompson. Oh, that was swatted away by Johnson as Thompson went up to pull for 2.
Right about now, everybody on the Horizon team should wake up and realize that the Storm came to play. This is not going to be a walk in the park, and it's certainly not going to be an easy game.
Category what?
We're heading to a category 4 right here.
Oh, come on.
Especially on defense.
In the meantime, ball by Woods, finding Bobby Gray for 3. In the hands of Morris. Way down the court, Akuga pulls it back for Armstrong. Johnson.
Already, all 5 defensive players are back.
Dominique. Oh, a turn from Dominique. Beautiful. Left Lawrence going off the court like a Red Bull. He let him go.
The red flag in front of the bull made him angry.
Horizon there wearing red. About 2 shots coming for the Horizon. Still a 4-point lead for Horizon.
But Horizon doing what Coach Morgan asking them to do. They're getting back on defense. They just weren't able to stop the charge of Dominique.
Well, Maynard not making his shots tonight. It's free throws. Missing the first. in Jamaican phrase, he has missed whole heap. But he makes the second.
But him just make one now, though.
Maybe not comment on that. It's a beat on. Screen coming from Dominique, who has been extremely active tonight. Armstrong for three. Maynard gather, swing it down court, and it's going to be White to lay it in.
And White, you see, with that bandaged finger on his left hand, still able to effectively deliver points and the defense.
Akuga outside to Jefferson Bay. Armstrong drifts to the left. Then Morris for three off the rim, but can't be handled by Dominique. The rebound. So
3 on 2 and
and they're throwing it away. Jefferson Bay 2-upon-1 lays it off to Dominique, who just lays it in like he was a 99-year-old grandma. Took his sweet time.
Smart play from Dominique right there.
Woods. Put up jumper from Woods. No, it's not the play, but White gets it back. Bobby Gray for three. And he makes it.
You work so hard on defense, and then a three like that feels like a dagger to the heart.
An 8-point lead for the Horizon over this Storm. Dominique says he has come to play tonight, good up against anyone. And the extension of the arm got the better of White.
And Dominic is saying, that's all I have to do. They can't stop me.
Bobby Gray for three. He'll shoot three from the line.
Yes, you're going to get it.
Dominique called for the foul.
Yes, Dominique, you're going to get it. Yes, Dominique, you're going to get the call.
Having a word, the referee. And still having that conversation, though.
The player has to go straight up. So the shooter went straight up. He had nowhere to land because Dominique was already coming on top of him. It's going to be called.
Six-point lead for Horizon. Can extend it to
a lot expected from that man there.
Bobby Brown.
Bobby Gray.
Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown.
No, I'm just saying. There's one if you know who Bobby Brown was.
I know who Bobby Brown was.
Well, Gray misses the first. Oh, he's not dead just yet. One of her favorite singers back in the day, in one of my favorite groups. Gray misses, makes a second, pardon me. 19 points on the night. We're still in the first half of its Elite One Caribbean Basketball League Winter Season Final. Grand finale in the National Arena. Bobby Gray gets the bounce and the roll.
So he gets 2 out of the 3.
And your calculator's working heavy tonight. Morris cuts inside.
No, Mr. Morris.
The run. And Hall. I see Bobby Gray in the lower part of the screen saying that why you giving Hall, you should have given me.
That's absolutely correct. The free player on the side would have been easier to get that to.
So poor decision making. Jefferson Bay. But Hall just poked it outside. Jefferson Bay wearing the number 24.
Solid player. Gave great performance for the season so far.
Oh, a steal by Maynard. Lays it in simply. Solid player with a soft pass to Jones. And another turnover coming off the foot of Dominique. It will be Horizon's ball.
Just like that, you feel a little rattled.
2 sloppy plays, one after the other.
Yep. But the Storm have weathered worse storms than this, so they just need to get it back together.
White, Gray puts the ball on the floor, thought of a 3, lays it off now. Outside, cutting inside, it's Hall. Up and on.
Oh, Mr. Hall!
It falls. Chance for a
Miss.
three-point play. The man from Barbados. What are you saying, Flying Fish?
Miss Flying Fish and Cuckoo,
Oh.
but Mr. Hall made it fall.
You're just dandy today.
And I have no rhymes for that.
Hall from the line makes it a three-point play for Hall. Has always started on the bench. Armstrong went outside, deflection. It should be. I'm wondering though, would
Nope.
it touch last?
Coach
Because
Brown.
another turnover. However, when the player from the Storm went for the ball, his foot could be on the line.
It seemed that way.
Bobby Gray, top of the key.
Waves off the pick. Resetting.
Now the pick comes from Sutherland.
Waves off that one. And takes
Cuts
it down the
inside.
lane.
Can't get the ball. Ball tipped. Will be Horizon's ball.
Will it?
I thought it was Horizon's ball. No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
The Storm's ball.
So they had 2 steals and turnovers that led to 6 points, or I beg your pardon, 4 points for the Horizon in that one rotation just now.
Jefferson Bay, but it passed to Akuga. Armstrong puts the ball on the floor. The pick. He won the pick, but a three from Jefferson Bay, in and out.
Oh, that's just unkind. That rim was just too unkind a while ago.
Doesn't like Jefferson Bay. Bobby Gray, and he'll shoot 2.
How many times is he going to do that all night?
As long as it takes.
As many times as they give it to him.
13-point lead for the Horizon after about 3 turnovers from the Storm. Bobby Gray will shoot 2. So, a special pants referee Richards is wearing. Doesn't need cloth.
One that dries the ball?
Yeah,
Okay.
efficient and fast.
Okay.
Now that's a referee pants if you ever saw one. As Bobby Gray makes the first.
21 points, distributing 3 assists,
Along with
rebound,
3 boards.
2 boards,
2
and,
boards,
and,
actually.
and a steal.
No, he does not get the bounce. Akuga gets the rebound for the Storm. Dominic going up against Sutherland. Dishes outside to Akuga.
Okuga didn't read and use the pick well there.
Back outside for 3.
Jones!
Oh, Jones for 3. Point lead, Maynard going and stepping and eventually rattling in.
That was a hop, step, and a shot.
So you're DJ now?
Nope.
Thought you was going to say a skip.
No, no skip.
As you spoke about your favorite DJ from Nannyville,
Would that be Mr. Ding Dong?
Mr. Ding Dong.
That just doesn't sound right.
Mr. Ding Dong?
Yeah.
So just call him Ding Dong?
Just call him Ding Dong.
No.
Ravers.
No. I would not say Mr. Ravers, but Ravers is a group. Armstrong for the Storm, carries the ball in double teamed. Jones puts the ball on the floor, dishes off to Jefferson Bay, who banked it home off the glass.
That's the 2-guard connection right there. Jefferson Bay with a nice finish.
4 points for Jefferson Bay so far in this game. Maynard
Got the screen from Sutherland, but now he's back in.
So it goes around. Dominique holds on the play. Thought about shooting. Bobby Gray settles for 3. And he backed it in. With 1 second. Well, there was no time left on the shot clock. Gets set on the line. Another turnover. Jefferson Bay trying to rush things. Set on the line. So it will be Horizon's ball.
Well, it really wasn't Jefferson Bay that was rushing it. It was really from the inbound pass that made it that much of a rush.
So Armstrong for three. Does not get it to fall, but Dominique under the rim made it tap. 5 seconds left on the clock to close out the first half. For three, in and out. And you see, though, that Bobby Gray saying that he got fouled. But the end of the first half, end of the second quarter, Horizon, the defending champion, the number one seed, leading 59-47. Let me hear what you have to say, my good friend CC.
Well, the faces of the Storm fans kind of not looking so bright, but there's nothing to feel bad about. They're not way down in this. They're 12 points down. They have a lot more time left to put together exactly what they've always done for this season. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Storm. From the Storm, but I was saying from Horizon, I'm liking what I'm seeing in terms of how they're putting together their offense, and their defense never seems to get tired. Their defense is always on top of every Storm's possession, from the inbounds after a made basket to the inbounds from the side. As we take a look at Cameron Berhanen sitting in the stands now, waiting to collect his third place trophy for an effort well completed.
Oh, there he is, Berhanen.
All smiles though. Nothing to feel bad about. Good season for them. Unfortunately, they thought they should have been in the game right now, but they didn't make it.
On that note, we take a break from the National Arena, the Elite One Caribbean Basketball League, the winter season. My good friend Gordon Campbell, Sean Grant, with the What Crew? M1 Production. We'll be back
crew
for second half action of the grand finale, the final between the defending champions Horizon up against the Storms.
And it's time for second half action right here in the finals of the Elite One Caribbean Basketball Championships Winter Season 2023. We have the defending champions, the Horizon, facing the Storm, whom they faced in the Summer League Championship. And this time they're trying to make it more of a competition, are the Storm. So far, we saw some great plays from players like Dejan Royal from the Storm and Brandon B. Armstrong, trying to keep their team close and in it. But the biggest name out of the Storm in terms of how they've been pushing this game has been Dominique. Dominique has been so effective down low and even taking the dribbles from the top of the key from coast to coast. He's been keeping them there. So this is going to be going down to the wire as far as I can tell. The Storm not wanting to go lightly into the night. As opposed, and on the other side of the court, we have the team Horizon, the defending champions. A lot riding on them to prove and to repeat. This would be the first repeat since the start of this competition in the summer, and they won that one. Now they're going back for it here in the winter season. Bobby Gray, a lot riding on his shoulders, a lot on his mind as well. And there you see Woods, also another significant and key role player for the Horizon team. We still have a few moments left before the start of this game, and we're going to take a break. Myself and my partner, Sean Grant, we're going to be here with you all the way down to the end, and we're going to be calling it. So let's take a break, and we come right back to start the second half. And the second half about to get underway now as both teams take the floor. The Storm versus the Horizon here in the finals. The big dance, the big game. Sean.
I thought you were going to wait for it to speak as a setup when you mentioned about big dance. But that's okay. As the Horizon, not bad in terms of closing out the second quarter and the first half. They're on the defense, though, because Armstrong for the Storm walks the ball up, trying to set the pick. But Dominique says, no, I want it against anyone who wants to challenge me. Jefferson Bay right back to Armstrong. Bounce pass to Dominique. Jefferson Bay for three. That was wayward. Maynard collects, swings it down court. Bobby Gray inside with the left hand, and he gets the bounce.
Now that, I would use your phrase. That was sweet from Bobby Gray.
Armstrong. Oh, almost a steal, though, and a foul on Armstrong. I think the guilty party is Bobby Gray.
That just shows the level of hustle that's out there. They're going after everything. Nothing is going to be easy. Absolutely nothing. And you see Bobby and, I beg your pardon, you see Armstrong and Maynard having a discussion. I think Maynard is probably saying, listen, I'm not going to make it easy for you. And Armstrong is saying, I don't expect you to.
Well, Armstrong wanted to con the referee, going to the free throw line for three. Armstrong rebounded by Johnson. Turn around, high off the glass, gets his own rebound and laying it in. Johnson working the glass, working the rim. So that was JJ for the Rivers. for the Storm, pardon me. Well put on the floor. Woods. Turnaround jumper from Woods. Rebounded by Johnson of the Storm. Bounce pass, trying to needle that pass.
That wasn't intended for Jefferson Bay. That was intended to go down on the baseline.
Bobby Gray up and under. Maynard tussling for the rebound. He puts it back, and it falls.
So 2 quick possessions lead to 4 points for the Horizon at the start of this third quarter.
Johnson cuts inside. Oh, called for the reaching foul. Bobby Gray. Johnson will shoot 2. Well, the two teams met. It was Horizon getting the better of the Storm. In fact, in the first game was a walkover.
Yeah, it was 114-62.
Yeah, and the second
favor
game.
of Horizon, and the second game was 97-95.
Yeah, it was close in the second game. But on that opening day,
but if nothing else, those 2 scores, well, not the first one, but certainly the second one, which would have been afterwards, would kind of suggest to the Storm that, listen, we know what's happening. Let's see. You play this team once, you play them twice, we're playing them a third time. We might have more knowledge about how to beat them now.
it's an offensive foul. So it will be Storm's ball. Woods called for the foul, was driving to the basket.
Well, I'm happy to see he's not making much of it with the referees. He is a player that can oftentimes get into it with the referees. He's received technical foul for it before.
Well, he has been a vocalist.
We have a number of vocalists so far.
Armstrong. Big set by Dominique. He wants the ball. B-Dot dishes out Jefferson Bay. And then off the hand of Jones, a turnover from the Storm. Horizon's ball. Sloppy play between Jefferson Bay and Jones.
You would have to say that, but you would have to say to the passer, look at the positioning of Jones. Jones wasn't ready to receive the ball way out there like that. So that, you could have held your dribble just a few more bounces and taken it back out and reset.
Bobby Gray goes forward. Oh, the breaks held on. Lewis Smith can't finish as he came in. Will be Horizon's ball though. Lewis Smith, number 24, in the red vest, getting an easy layup as he just came in.
Well, he's given them some good minutes and some good defense in the previous games.
Woods with 8 points under his belt. 65-51. Getting the lucky bounce. Armstrong. Dishes outside to Johnson. Johnson thought about it, but Armstrong certainly high and in. That's a high shot.
I believe that would be what we call a teardrop.
But he can call it a teardrop though. Woods. Those weren't a lot of tears. Bobby Gray looking for the foul. Maynard dishes to Lewis Smith.
Nice.
Then to White. All alone under the rim, just backing in.
Everything right on that.
Johnson swings it to a Cougar. Thought of the three, cuts inside. He falls over. They say it's a travel, but no whistle came. Bobby Gray's fouled by Dominique.
Bobby Gray may have injured his finger again, but Okuga went to the ground, and as long as he didn't get back up, there wouldn't be a call, but Bobby Gray just snuck his hand in there and just took it away from him.
Candid from a baby. And I'm not calling Okuga baby.
No, you're not.
But I'm saying candid from a baby. Bobby Gray, pull up jumper. Oh, that's easy like Sunday evening. Light breeze blowing over the National Arena. That was an easy stroke from Gray. Has 28 points on the night so far. We're just in the third quarter. This is the grand finale, the final between the #1 seed and defending champion Horizon up against the #3 seed Johnson. Between two players, Akuga right away to Armstrong for 3. That was short, but Dominique was there, living under the rim, has put up a tent there.
He has, and he has put up a tent full of numbers.
Pick was set. What you had to say? Does it get a continuation? Does it get a continuation?
He wants it. As would I.
So Bobby Gray, one of the
vocalists?
Yeah, in the group.
Are you sure he isn't the lead singer? The lead vocalist?
No, I don't think he is. But he tends to be, though. Woods, pull-up jumper. Oh, that was easy. Good stroke that from Woods on the Horizon. Jones cuts to the right, dishes to Johnson. Johnson with a floater can't make the target. Bobby Gray has ran right in front of Johnson. Johnson was smart not to foul him, and he attacks the rim and lays it in.
Coach Brown is definitely going to need to talk about this. This is not what he expects. And this is not what they need right now.
Well, O'Neal Brown.
And here we have, inside the coach's corner, here's Coach O'Neal Brown for the Storm.
If we struggle to shoot the ball,
So let's go to... Let's join Coach O'Neal Brown.
Come on, man. We don't have a whole heap more ball game to play. We have a whole heap more ball game to play. But they're really. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, guys. Hey, see it. Win it. Ready, let's go.
Storm on 3, 1, 2, 3, Storm.
They just heard from Coach O'Neal Brown of the Storm not liking the effort of his players on the court.
But saying exactly the right thing. We have a whole lot more ball game to play. We have a whole lot more ball game to play. So come on, let's just put it together. He's not liking the defense. He's not liking the loose balls that are coming off, and we're not finishing, as he's saying to them.
Well, it is the Storm's ball. Dominique back to Armstrong. Has been efficient up and down all night, Armstrong. Walks the ball up court. Dishes into Dominique. So it seems like he's ready to play up against Woods. Back out to Armstrong for 3. Johnson with the tip in, fighting with White. I think he came off the arm of White, though. Melanius, the referee, says it's Storm's ball.
White usually has a frown because something isn't going his way.
Dominique thought about putting the ball, swings it outside. Akuga for 3, and he gets it.
Now, he can hit those. He's made a number of those big ones when they needed them in several other games. So they're going to need him to come right up. As we see, it looks like White on the ground.
Yes, it is White. How to say respect to Parker. But White feeling a bit of pain, though. And he's being helped up by the referee and his assistant coach. Yeah. Christopher Richards.
If this was boxing, it'd be a standing 8 count.
He'd be out.
No, he'd have to get the standing 8.
He'd be out. He was on the floor too long.
And they'd ask him how many fingers they were holding up.
Once they come over and count, as long as he was on the floor, that count of 20 would have gone. So not an 8 count. Would have been a 28 count, and he still would be on the floor. But hopefully he's okay, though. Because sometimes the player falls like that, hits his head,
Yeah.
and that's concussion.
That's right. Oh, wow.
Bobby Gray dishes out to Woods.
That's a pick that Armstrong is going to feel for a while.
Woods turning the corner. Swings the play now for Thompson for 3.
Oh!
And we told you about him in the first half. Well, they closed him down in the first half, not allowing him any space, any room.
Well, when that microwave heats up, it's going to be hard to stop.
Akuga with a fake. Finding now Armstrong for 3. Can't answer. And Dominique.
Oh, Mr. Johnson, be ready. You weren't ready.
You know that song, though?
You weren't ready?
No.
Is there a song? Like
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Wait, that's not what I said.
Yeah, I know. But ready was in the mix.
There are lots of songs with ready.
Well, let's see. Pick set by Sutherland. Sutherland wants it back, but good defensive work. Well, one but by Maynard. Dishes off to Sutherland. Who backs
Nice.
home. The man from East Kingston. Harbour View.
As
with
the
his
pot
fans.
covers ring out.
Well, his fans in the stands. Johnson will shoot 2. Skipping and moving Johnson. Did not finish. However, he get a chance for 2 from the line. Mr. Richards, referee.
Dominique has been working so hard for this entire game so far.
Yes, he has. You haven't seen O'Brien that much. Came on, I think, about once or twice.
Yes, he did. Maybe it's the color of his socks.
Or just a minute or so. Well. And he makes the second, 1 of 2. Well, for sure, when he sees this episode, because he can't watch it live.
He got more minutes when he had on the pink socks.
When he came over to say that, okay, the socks has been changed. Maynard. Thompson being marshaled. Maynard for 3. Rebounded by Armstrong. They call him B-Dot. Akuga. Dominique puts the ball on the floor, then dishes out to Johnson.
Take it back, big man. Work your show, big man. Come on.
Back inside. Then Armstrong to Morris for 3. Does not get it to fall in. Morris thought of a 3. Not Morris. Woods, pardon me. Thought of a 3. Dishes out to Maynard. By the baseline.
Oh,
laying it
yes. And Coach Brown cannot be happy with that defense.
All 16 points for Maynard with 11 boards and 5 assists. Johnson.
He will like that, though.
Yes, he will. Right? So the ball to Thompson. Thompson wanted to turn around, double team. And the ball poked away by Morris. Is 6 foot nothing. You said it.
I did, didn't I?
Thompson. Cougar is on him, not giving him any space at all to release that 3. Woods. Oh, there is.
It's good, strong defense. The mismatch there will always be in favor of Woods, but the foul came.
Oh, the major mismatch.
Not major.
Oh, come on. That was major. But still Horizon's ball in the hands of Woods. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Woods, a jumper from Woods. Does not make it, but Maynard is there, can't finish. He felt awkward. Play
4 on 3. Make something happen, big man.
Akuga for 3. Rebounded by Dominique, but slapped away by Thompson. Dominique having a word with the referees. Some changes being made. Millis now coming in.
But the whistle stopped the play. So I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, Maynard got injured.
So the brothers are playing against each other though. Millis for Storm and Millis for Horizon. See number 11 for Storm coming in. Down to Woods, turn around, give us Sutherland, and can't finish Sutherland. But McFarlane is there to Bobby Gray. Once again, Woods, he gets the jumper to fall. This is the final Elite One Caribbean Basketball League. Johnson, pardon me, for 3. Bobby Gray turning away from one, going by another. Oh, Bobby Gray, can he finish? Yes, he can.
He does.
That was sweet and a dandy from Bobby Gray, the MVP of last year. He has to rejoice with that move. Went past 1, went past 2, and what a finish, soft touch off the glass.
And he is looking like the MVP Bobby Gray of the summer. As a timeout is called by Coach Brown, which might be, in some opinions, in some people's opinion, long overdue. He could have called that a little earlier, but he wants his team to play through it to find that rhythm that they need to find on the floor. As for Coach Morgan, pretty much all he has to do is say, team, keep on doing what you're doing. He isn't even huddling them and having a discussion, because they're pretty much all in sync right now. They're all aligned and they're all doing what they need to do on the floor. Great plays from that little man, number 1, wearing the number 1 shirt. That's McFarlane.
Well, 84-61, lead by Horizon in the third quarter as it winds down. Little over 2 minutes to go to finish this quarter. Dominique being harassed by Sutherland. Spinning is Dominique. Finishing is Dominique. I told you he was feeling it.
He's working hard and he's feeling it and making it happen.
Spin, big man, spin. 23 points on the night so far. McFarlane. Thompson. He backs away from Dominique. Looks like Dominique is ready to fight. A 3 from Thompson. Can't get it to fall, but Johnson comes away with it. Swings it to Akuga for 3. Rebounded by Dominique.
Oh,
He will shoot 2, and I tell you this much, I thought I saw a tent under the rim, but now it's a well-developed 2-story house built by Dominique as he lives under the rim.
well, he's living under the rim and he's very effective under there. The entire Storms team is standing on the shoulders of Dominique right now.
I'm agreeing with you wholeheartedly.
His efforts and his production is what's keeping them where they are right now. And he's not stopping. He's calling for his team. He wants them to join him on that path towards potential glory.
Well, he's made the first. Does not get the role for the second. Hall. Pick set by Sutherland. And a foul called on Armstrong, seen by referee Bolaños.
And that's not to take away the efforts of Armstrong or any of the other players, but Dominique is literally standing head and shoulders and saying, let me carry this team.
Bounce pass, Thompson. Pick set. Pull up 3. Rebounded by Sutherland. Dishes out to Hall. Then Sutherland want to go against Dominique. Spin, big man, spin. Another foul against Millis. who started in that first game. However, since then, he has not gotten a start.
Sutherland turned on the spin cycle there.
He was not on the first phase in the washing machine. Hall for the Horizon. Pick being set by Sutherland between the two defenders. Oh, I thought he landed before he released that. Dominique comes away with it. Dominique against Thompson. He can't finish. And Johnson's there fighting Okuga. Millis thought of a three. He puts the ball on the floor. And a foul is by Hall. So both Millises are on the court, both brothers. 22 for the team in red and 11 for the team in black. Both are brothers. That's Millis right there.
Millis, which one is Millis 1 and which one is Millis 2?
I will count along with you when I find out.
Okay. I'm going to say he's the younger one.
You're going to say that?
I'm going to guess.
Okay. Well, he makes the first. Oh, the second is short. Dominic urging on. Say, come, let's go. We can't do this. Differential.
Just over 20 seconds left in the third quarter.
Thompson.
Almost a steal from Johnson.
Oh, that's a turnover. It's going to be Storm's ball. Poor movement from the guards of Horizon.
Set up by the interference from Johnson, who's...
Well, they're not swift enough.
No.
Change has been made. Johnson off, Jones in. For the Storm. Armstrong. Always going for the steal. Millis wanted to set the pick. Was sent back by Armstrong. Yeah, exactly. Driving to the baseline. And Sutherland will be called for the foul. Holding on to his arm. Like they knew each other from schoolboy days.
Let's go walk over here. That's a non-shooting foul, though.
So it will be Storm's ball. Shot clock turned off. 7.5 seconds, 7.9 seconds left to close out the third quarter. Okuga with the inbound to Jones. Jones can fire the three. That he does.
Nice.
And he makes it. Sweet and dandy. And right away, the quick release, but can't be finished. And the end of the third quarter. Horizon leading 84-68 over the Storm. Your thoughts of what you just witnessed, my good friend Courtney Campbell. Is it over or not over? Tell me more.
There are 12 minutes of basketball left to play.
I did not realize.
And anything can happen in that 12 minutes, especially what we've seen with the Storm in their comeback win over the Waves in the last game. Now, the Horizon are playing like the champions that they're supposed to be. Every now and again, a lapse or two, but for the most part, they have it all together. Balanced scoring right across the board. Everybody's pulling their weight and positioning where they need to position. So they have it all together, locked up, basically, if they can keep it going. As for the Storm, they still need to put together even more stops and even more assistance and help inside on the scoring for Dominique. Dominique is scoring, yes, but Okuga needs to get warm and start hitting his shots. He can hit those big threes that can work. And then Jones just hit one, but Jones will need to hit a lot more if they want to try and clear away at this lead and make it a game.
Let's join Horizon's coach.
I'm getting a point, all right? It doesn't matter the group that is out there, we should still be able to finish, all right? We have 12 more minutes of basketball to go, all right, and we're going to finish strong right here, all right? Let's make my job easy, all right? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Out.
All right, you just heard from Cleon Morgan, the coach of the Horizon. You heard what he had to say, though.
I like that last line. just make my job easy.
Well, it does. It does. If they do the right thing, they follow instructions. I see White back on the court.
That 4 right there is a core group. Well, that 5 is an amazing group of players out there. It's small, it's quick. The biggest player on the floor would be White, but he moves really quickly with or without the ball, plays very solid defense. And we have the three-point threat in the form of Thompson. We have Woods, which is always an electrifying player one way or the other. He will either he will either pause you in the spot or pass you on the drive. And he's just an amazing player to watch. And then you have the man Maynard. Maynard is, for me, what I wouldn't call him unsung, but he's one of those heroes that we don't talk about a whole lot.
Yeah.
And of course, rounding out that 5 would be Mr. Bobby Gray.
McFarlane is on the bench as Woods. Now back in. I thought you were going to give a paragraph for Bobby Gray as Woods takes a jumper. Does not make it. Rebound, Dominique. Loads it down, Millis. Thought about swinging the play on the left to Akuga. Akuga ran into traffic. Had to hold back.
He ran into White traffic.
Goes around White. Dishes outside. And Millis comes inside. And a floater from Millis does not get the bounce.
That's not the kind of finish that Coach Brown needs.
Oh, we see Bobby Gray dishes out to White. Can't make the pass though. That's light.
Poor execution from White.
And a foul by Woods on Armstrong. A tug by Woods, knowing that Armstrong would have reached the ball before him.
Well, just trying to slow it down, because if the Storm get on their flow, we're going to see a whole different ball game.
Akuga for 3. Oh, nothing but the net from this young man. Bobby Gray not liking the situation as it is. Akuga for 6 points.
Well, you don't want Akuga to start getting heated up again. He can make a few of those. And when you add Akuga's points to efforts
Thompson
from...
for 3. It's shot. Sorry to cut you there, my good friend.
Yep, but when you add Akuga scoring to Dominique, and when Johnson gets hot again, it's going to be a difficult
Finish. A battle royale, you may call it. Maynard for the horizon. Going by Jones to the rim, can't finish. Again, we see that from Maynard. Don't have the delicate touch at the glass. Armstrong. Shove his pass, but stolen by White. You hear the pot covers?
Yep.
It's my good friend Philip with the 2 pot covers cheering for Horizon. Woods, 1-on-1 with Dominique, almost gave it away. And now Dominique is, Dominique, we lost the handle. And again, they're tossing for the ball. But a foul goes against the Storm.
Jones didn't think he committed the foul.
Well, I wouldn't think that he did. And a timeout being called. A timeout being called.
This time by Coach Morgan.
84-71 Horizon, they lead over the Storm. And Brown, the coach of the Storm, does not look happy, looks animated.
Well, he still wants to motivate his team a little more. He still wants more out of them. They need to push some more. Surprisingly, we haven't seen O'Brien back out there. He's always given some solid minutes, especially defensively, changing shots and making it difficult.
They don't know how to play 2 big men at the same time.
They don't,
and
that is true.
The way how Dominique is playing, there's no way you can take him out.
But then now is the time to try to make something else happen, because they're getting shots off. They're getting easy drives and lay-ins. Dominique isn't necessarily the quickest big man on the defense. He's good, but they need some support out there. So see, they've gone back with Royal.
Dominic back on the floor. Royal is there alongside B. Dot and Akuga. Maynard dishes out to White. Woods thought about a three, puts the ball on the floor. Royal with the foul. Royal will be called for the foul, just came in the game, back again to receive a call.
Wow. But Royal is in because he's going to give you more active defense. He's going to be able to go out and challenge those shots. He's going to be able to move along with anyone who's driving. So Royal is back out there mainly for his defense.
A steal from Armstrong. Bobby Gray says he was fouled. Akuga thought of a three, and he's attacking high off the glass, and Royal can't get the finish, and that should be Horizon's ball.
Well, he's going to be disappointed he didn't get that one to fall, but I think it stays with the Storm.
Well, Storm's ball, from what I saw from my angle, but I'm not the referee, and I'm not close to the sport like how he is. Royal puts the ball on the floor, goes around White, and can't finish. Once again, Royal
But gets his rebound and does.
He's a workaholic.
Yes, he is.
Not a workaholic.
A workhorse.
No. Woods. Back to Bobby Gray. 11-point game. Leading by 20, or over 20 at one point. Also inside to Maynard. Can't. Oh, he does finish. Off the glass.
He's attempted a number of those for the night, and that's probably the first one or two that fell for him.
Running into traffic is Akuga. Came off his knee. It's Horizon's ball.
The open floor is better for Akuga. Akuga on the low offensive set will not necessarily be able to take somebody off the dribble as well as we would like. So they need to work some plays to get Akuga his set three-point shot that he has over in the corner.
Yes, they need to. And there's C. White getting some refreshment at the lower end of your screen. As Woods with a technical was called. 13 points for Woods. And just a reminder how the rules were changed. If a technical is called, though, and you have possession, technical will be taken by the team that's called for. However, who had the ball before the technical was called would still have the ball. Once upon a time, you get the technical, and it's taken to the side. So referee Bolaños explaining some things to the assistant coach and head coach Brown of the Storm.
I saw what you did there. Assistant coach and the head coach are both named Brown.
Exactly. You want to say Browns? So Maynard walks the ball up court. Step back, thought of a three. Bobby Gray, pick is set by Woods. Oh, behind the back, put up jumper from Gray, and finishing by Gray. 34 points for Bobby Gray. Johnson for two. Rebounded by Dominique. And I told you before, now a two-story house was built, now it's gone to three. Thompson for three. Oh, that is Thompson. That's where he lives. Out in the desert, that's what he loves.
He's made his living out there.
Johnson, Dominique trying to bully Woods on the rim, goes the other way. Woods has some chirping to do. Dominique chirps back. A lot of friendly conversation happening on the court.
Yeah, it's a friendly one.
No. Says, how are you doing today? Well, I'm doing fine. That's what I read from the lips. Bobby Gray. Thompson was forcing the ball inside. Came off the hands of Johnson. Will be Horizon's ball.
Well, Thompson saw White cutting down after Gray decided not to reward him on the pick
Thompson.
and roll.
Dish inside to White. Going around Dominic. And laying it in. White with 10 points on the night. Akuga deflected off Gray. Intended for Royal. It will be Storm's ball.
So Akuga sits down and Jefferson Bay checks back in.
Jefferson Bay to Armstrong. A block by Maynard.
Storm looking for it from anywhere right now.
Bobby Gray put up 3 that was short. Thompson is there. Woods puts the ball on the floor, directing the play. For 3 is Woods. Oh, he didn't touch the rim though. Seemed like he did. Jefferson Bay for 3 on the chest of Woods, went outside. On the chest of Dominic, pardon me, and went outside. Armstrong asks to rest. With 6:17 on the clock, Lewis Smith now back in for the Horizon.
A very, very quiet night for Armstrong.
Floater from Woods, rebounded by Jones, and a reach-in foul will be Storm's ball. Jones thought about walking the ball up court though. Lewis Smith in defense. Jones swings it outside to Royal. Almost left the ball behind. Dominique back to Royal for 3. And a rebound by Maynard. We're off to the races. Bobby Gray between the 3. And he gets it to roll.
He loves that.
He was held back, but still he continued on his path, merry, merry way, for a 3-point play.
He literally lives for those plays.
Well, whether he does or not, it's back up. Gets it to fall. 22-point lead. 5:44 on the clock. So Royal has been taken out. Pick set by Dominique. Jones dishes off to Dominique, and he falls over. Johnson.
Recovered by Johnson.
Floater, can't get it. And we said before, was tipped in.
Tipped in by Johnson there.
As time winds down for the end of the 4th quarter, we have seen this team Horizon losing 1 match against the Waves in the preliminary round, entering into the semi-final with a 5-1 record. So too was the Waves, a 5-1 record. They went up against the Storm, the Waves, and as overwhelming favorites, they lost.
Yes, they did.
Sending the Storm to the final, the Waves to the 3rd place playoff. Against a team, the Rivers, that never won a game. Have you ever been to a river that is just salt and rock?
That's not a river, that's a riverbed.
The river was there.
Was.
Just dried up. Bobby Gray, up and on and affected outside, will be Horizon's ball. But the river was there.
Okay, but it's no longer there.
No.
So is the river still there?
Yes.
No.
The river is there, but that's dried up. Johnson for 3. Rebounded by Woods. Goes left, goes right. Gets it back. Swings it to Maynard. And then to Bobby Gray for 3. He's feeling it. The MVP of last year's Summer League is hitting it left, right, and center.
40-point night for the former MVP. Looks like he's playing MVP stature.
Former MVP?
Well,
he's a reigning MVP.
He's a reigning MVP, I beg your pardon. And he's having an MVP night tonight.
Yes, he is. Johnson goes by 1, goes by 2, swings it across to Jones for 3. That's an air ball, and back it home. This for the Storm. The number 7 was just brought in. Gale for 2 points.
Just under 4.5 minutes left in the game.
Running down the clock. Horizon searching for their second attack to Bobby Gray. Turnaround 3. That's short. Woods gathers for Horizon. Oh, he held the handbrake. Then a jumper from Woods.
Oh, nice.
Nothing but the net with the left hand. Woods 15 points on the night, 2 boards, 1 assist, and 2 steals. Jefferson Bay for the Storm. Johnson. Finding the moving Dominique, who turns and lays it with the left hand.
Refusing to go quietly.
In the night.
Or the day.
Bobby Gray goes around 1. Oh, he got the better of Gale. Dancing. Moving left, moving right, and finishing. Johnson is fouled by Maynard. He'll shoot 2.
I'm going to call that an MVP move.
MVP, most valuable player move?
No.
Let me hear what the MVP stands for.
Most variable positions.
Okay.
He moved left, he moved right.
Well,
he
I'm not
spun,
disputing it. I'm not disputing at all. Horizon. Seems like the fat lady has come out. Saw her earlier on walking up grass with a white dress on.
Did she have a microphone?
A lapel mic.
Oh.
And she was walking with the Horizon flag. 1 from 2. Woods guards the ball up court on the Horizon. Oh, the ball went outside. It will be Horizon's ball. Bobby Gray pointed. Pick was set by the big man Lawrence. Bobby Gray looking for the outlet pass. Gray. Time winding down. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Finding Lawrence. Dishes out to Woods for 3. Top of the key.
Oh, yes.
Nothing but 3. Johnson firing on the other end. And Woods thought he was fouled. Making a claim to referee Bolaños. Bobby Gray, fouled by Dominique. Dominique doesn't believe that he did that. He said, who, me?
Who, me?
And
I
referee
would
said,
ask that question too.
referee said, yes, you.
I would have asked that question too.
Why would you ask the question if you fouled him?
You saw it?
No,
Okay.
I'm just asking.
Neither did I, so I would ask.
A non-shooting foul. Under 3 minutes to complete this matchup. Woods is running down the clock. Pick set by Lawrence. Bobby Gray. Pick was set. 3-point, and he banked it in. And he banked it in. Are you kidding me? Bobby Gray. Dominique with the left hand, soft touch, rebounded by Gale. And the ball's still in.
Now
And
that's
the
just
foul
out of
committed.
frustration there from Dominique commit that foul, but
Now the podium being put up for the fat lady with the white dress. Now
have you seen the fat lady?
Now the lady's dress has turned into red and black.
Oh, okay.
So I think she starts singing at a minute to go. Dominique being asked to rest. Played an excellent game for the Storm this evening.
Absolutely, did all he could. Not sure how much more you could ask from a player like that.
Hall. Reach and foul on Johnson. Still Horizon's ball. McFarlane goes around Akuga, dishes out to Millis. McFarlane once again. Big set by Lewis Smith. Can't answer the call there as Jones gets the rebound. He's triple teamed. But he finds Akuga for assistance. Dashes down to Johnson. Lower Jefferson Bay for the layup, and then coming across was Gale, but can't actually get it. A steal by Johnson. Here comes now Jefferson Bay attacking the rim, and a foul will be called on Hall, and Jefferson Bay goes to the line for a chance for a three-point play.
Hall is laughing. He's like, really? Yeah.
Bay with 6 points on the night. Just for persons who don't do physical activity anymore, word of advice. When you climb, as he makes the first, that's the only one he'll make. He wants to take more.
I'm waiting on the advice.
Oh. When you see a wall to climb over, please leave it alone.
Don't?
Leave it alone. Lewis Smith was blocked by Millis. Johnson. Reach in by Millis. And a two-pointer from Johnson. Jam Johnson, 22 points, 12 boards. Hall. Time ticks away. Now the fat lady begins to sing. Can't make that jumper. And the ball coming out the foot of Akuga, though.
So has she taken up her position with her mic yet?
Well, she started to sing. You haven't heard her? Well, I think she's singing low tone. McFarlane attacking the rim. And he shoots two. With 26 seconds on the clock.
All smiles on the Horizon bench right now.
The defending champions, Horizon, are going right back to the top as the champions, winning the Summer League, and they will be winning the winter season.
Through efforts of their key players as well, the entire team and the coach, I think this team has done admirably well for this season.
McFarlane with the first. Nothing but the net. So the fat lady has finished her rendition. As I'm walking away. Floated down to Jefferson Bay. Lost the handle. Lewis Smith going in. Maybe called for the foul.
You can't help but wonder what would have happened had the Storm kept it a little closer, but the Horizon just blew it open, put their foot on the gas, and never looked back.
Shot clock turned off. A steal by Lewis Smith. Lewis Smith going towards the rim, and he can't get 2 points on the night. Turnaround jumper from Sutherland. I see the East Kingston fans are in the house. The Harbour View crew is here. And the seconds wind down. The defending champions, the Horizon, are the champions, retaining the Elite One Caribbean Basketball League title. They won the Summer League. Now they've gone with the Winter Edition, 113 to 89.
Well, an even more impressive win than they had in the Summer League. And looking good doing it is this Horizon team. One of the things that we were told by some of the players is that this team decided from early out that they would leave all egos, leave all I ams, and will play as team. And that's exactly what they did throughout this competition. And that's what resulted in them becoming the champions of the Winter League. The Storm, on the other hand, have nothing to feel badly about. They did themselves proud in at least even making it to the finals, where they represented themselves a little less than they should have. I think they have a lot more caliber and a lot more basketball in them to have made this a much more competitive game, but unfortunately it just was not their night. So,
well, not their night, not their season. As we see Maurice Hammond's son, he walks out. As your summary of the entire season, last time we were working together, this in the winter.
Well, the summer season was just as exciting as this one, but I think this one was even just a little more because we had way more basketball, we had way more talent, different players. We saw some of the same players who came back with even more. Hats off to Bobby Gray, who came back to MVP caliber form and delivered for his Horizon team, but there's certainly a number of players who showed some real talent and skill throughout this entire Winter League. And we just have to say hats off to the coaches for all the efforts that they made, and to the winning team, the victor goes the spoils.
So you see the Horizon celebrating and just having a ball. And just to pick up the M1 team.
Well, there they are, the winning team, the champions yet again. They have a trophy before, they get another one today.
So led by White and Maynard, the Bayesian combination, Hall and Maynard, both from Barbados, celebrating.
And there you see Brown wasn't able to play in the finals, but did all he needed to do and did everything that was asked of him before he went down.
So there you see the Storm getting second place and being congratulated, finishing second.
Certainly nothing to feel bad about, ashamed about, or hold their heads down. They did themselves proud this season, making it back to the finals again, because they weren't necessarily considered a favorite in the league.
So again, Bobby Gray is the MVP, as he was last year.
We would not have expected much less. There are a number of other names that could have gone in the mix for that, but certainly his performance, especially in this game, that credited and merited him becoming and being and staying the MVP.
Again, you see him in your picture, Bobby Gray, will be collecting the award for the MVP as he's dancing. Is that
and he's been here long enough, he's learned how to do our dances.
Is that Alonda Terlong from the Ministry of Sport? Alonda Terlong from Ministry of Sport in the house.
He'll get it with more practice.
So representing the Minister of Sport, Olivia Babs-Grange. Let's hear what he has to say Alonda Terlong.
Certainly receiving all the accolades that he deserves.
So there's just an address by Alonda Terlong speaking about Bobby Gray as MVP. And Bobby Gray had a finger issue. He's calling his teammates, second the title. But why is he calling this MVP? He needs to get this and this flourishing in the award that he has gotten. He was worked for it.
Yeah. But one thing I like, though, is in talking to Bobby Gray, he'll never talk about what he has done. He talks about the team. He talks about what the team has done. He said there would be no MVP without the rest of his team.
And he'd be correct. He would be correct in all channels, in all angles. So, along the third long still is happening. And speaking about Bobby Gray, and coming from the Minister of Sport. And just to say, though, this has a longer season than the summer season. But although being longer, I think it was a little bit more exciting, though, to be honest.
It was. It was a lot more exciting, especially because of the amount of basketball that has been played. And while it has been exciting, there's also the fact that they've played so many games in such a short period of time, and a lot of consideration was given into ensuring that the players were safe and conditioning and all that, so that they're okay to go back to their other responsibilities with their other teams. But they played a lot of basketball in a short period of time, and they entertained us with it, and they did their best, and they brought out their talent, and we're really, 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 really happy that we got an opportunity to experience this, especially here in Jamaica, where basketball does enjoy what we would say is some form of popularity, but not necessarily from the homegrown popularity. We need some more focus on it, and the league so far has done exactly that.
Well, there see the winning team Horizon accepting their trophy for the winter season champions with a victory over Storm 113-89. MVP Bobby Gray accepting his individual award first and foremost.
And the pot covers. Here's Philip.
And there's Philip.
A fundamental part of the team.
There you see the trophy. Philip with the pot covers alongside his Horizon team. A small and a large pot cover though. So you know that the food that was in those pots already finished.
Yeah.
On the dinner.
Yeah, they've already finished.
Yeah.
But there's a certain skill to using pot covers, and Philip has that down.
But what a competition it has been. What it has done, though, to be honest, has shown the local fraternity in the basketball arena that a semi-pro league or pro league can be had here, and here as a hub. It's expensive. You have to have finances to back it. However, it can be done. The talent can be groomed here. It will take some time. The NBA as it is now was not the NBA as it was 20 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago.
It all started from somewhere and grew.
It took some time.
Yes, it did. Yes, it
took some time. You had the ABA and the NBA merging, and that actually increased the popularity of the NBA. So there you see the Horizon, and big up to the MVP, Bobby Gray.
And we just want to say, for all those who tuned in on Rush TV, all those who tuned in all over the world, we want to thank you for being a part of this, and we look forward to seeing you when we come back to you with the spring fall league.
Yeah. So you're seeing them?
Of course, we see them every time.
Just want to make sure. But Courtney Campbell, Southern Dancing a Storm, Courtney Campbell, Sean Grant, the M1 production team, great work from you guys, great work from you. Courtney Campbell, wonderful to work with you again.
Thank you, likewise.
And all who made it possible. It was a blast right here in Kingston, Jamaica. The Elite One Caribbean Basketball League, the winter season, which finished on this glorious Sunday evening in the beautiful Kingston of the glorious Jamaica on the grounds of Independence Park Limited. For the final time, we depart. We'll be back in the fall season.